So you're thinking about moving to Fort Worth, Texas? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of communities on the north side of Fort Worth. You can get into new homes for under $400,000. And if you stick around to the very end, we're going to go into some details about what you'll find in the Alliance Town Center and more to come.
And if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to be the first to know what's happening in the Texas real estate market, go ahead and hit that bell.
Hey, all, welcome to the channel. My name is Tom Jung.
And I'm Jack Lisenby.
And we're your local Dallas Fort Worth real estate agents. If you are looking to buy or sell, we'd love to help you. Yeah, so give us a call, text, email, all that kind of stuff. So this is an ongoing series that we've got for, there's so much growth and development on the north side of Fort Worth. There are a ton of communities going in. And so we've got a series of all the communities you can still buy new homes in for under $400,000.
They do exist.
They do exist. Not to say that, they don't get more expensive in these communities, but anyways, we're going to be taking a look at two communities, Copper Creek and Rosewood at Beltmill in this video. And also we have other videos on these neighborhoods with walkthroughs of a lot of the homes. And so if you're shopping, this is definitely a good channel for you guys to subscribe to. And we'd love to work with you guys. That's how we can afford to go out and make all this content to help everybody out. So anyways, without further ado, should we jump into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first one we're going to end up talking about is Copper Creek. I was honestly surprised that it had as many builders as it did. I didn't think they had it all listed on their website, but whenever we got there, we found out that they had 3 different builders there. So they have KB Homes, which was new to me. They have MI Homes, which is a national brand, and then they have Bloomfield Homes, which a lot of people around here have actually heard of, and they do a really good product. But one of the biggest draws of this neighborhood and this area in general is the school district. So not to jump ahead of myself, but it is part of Eagle Mountain ISD, which is well rated. But the community itself also has a lot of attractors, and not least of which is their Amenity Center. So the Amenity Center actually does have a resort-style pool. It is gated, so it's only going to be your community and everything like that. You don't have to worry about people from the local areas coming in and messing with it. And it's an HOA, so it's going to be taken care of and tended. The HOA is not much. It's like $650 a year is what I got on my notes here. But it also has a splash pad. They've got playground, sports courts, I think a little over 2 miles worth of walking trails throughout the neighborhood. And actually they've got their own on-site elementary school as well. So the neighborhood itself is actually located just right off of the 287 there, I believe to the west by about 10 minutes, which means that you're also about 10 minutes from the Costco there at the Alliance Town Center, which is going to be your closest grocery shopping location. If you're trying to make it to the lake, it's going to be about 20 minutes to your west. Downtown Fort Worth is about 20 minutes south, and then the DFW airport's only about 25 minutes since you are pretty close to the 820. And like I said before, Eagle Mountain ISD, phenomenal school district. It's A-rated according to niche.com, which is where we get all of our school data. If you'd like to do a little bit more research on them, feel free to go check out their website. But your elementary school there is actually Copper Creek Elementary School there in the neighborhood, and they've been around long enough. They do have a rating, and it is A-, which is decent. I know some of the other ones, and because they've got a large set of shoes to fill coming into Eagle Mountain ISD, but that's still a decent rating, especially early on in their development. But your middle school is going to be B+ rated, and that is Prairie Vista Middle School. And then your high school is going to be A rated, and that's Saginaw High School. So the houses in this area are, like I said, you've got KB Homes, MI Homes, and Bloomfield Homes. So Bloomfield has a couple that are under the 400,000 mark, and KB has like one left at $400,000, but the bulk of your houses that are going to be under the $400,000 mark are going to be by MI Homes, which is the national brand. They are based out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and they've got 8 headquarters in a bunch of different major cities throughout the U.S., but they do a good product, and a lot of their stuff actually starts at $300,000. So if you need something in that range, you've got quite a large swath of floor plans to choose from. But they've got houses that range from like $1,400 all the way up to $2,000 if you're trying to stay under that $400,000 mark. They've got 3 beds all the way up to 5, and then they've got baths from 2 all the way up to 4 for the $400,000 floor plans as well. Your lot sizes are going to be smaller if you're looking in the smaller price, in the lower price range. So you're looking at maybe a 1/6 to a 1/5 of an acre. And they actually started building this community back in 2017, but this is such a large community. They're still building to this day. Bloomfield and MI Homes still have houses going out. I will say KB Homes is about to wrap up. They've got 1 or 2 houses left, and then they're out of there. So there's not much of a selection when it comes to them. But typically, you're looking at about a 2,000 to 2,200 square foot 4-bed, 3-bath on a 1/6 of an acre house for about $400,000 in this neighborhood.
Yeah, and we have different tours of the model homes there, and I guess the one house that KB has left. So maybe if you're not looking at new homes and you're looking to move into the community, one of the things to note is like these builders, the products they put out are very different. Like
Very.
Yeah, and so like KB Homes, at least the ones that we toured, were very basic, and then MI was. It was definitely a step up, and then Bloomfield had, I feel like, a lot more finishing touches on their home.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Like if you're going to be shopping in this neighborhood, maybe for a pre-existing home, like these were the builders that were in their building, right? So you're going to see they're going to be a lot different depending on which one you walk into. We could tell the difference on a lot of them just from the outside.
As soon as you walk in, I mean, even as soon as you saw them, I remember there was one house I saw that just looked like just a brick square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too, there is a train that runs right behind this community. So depending on where your house lands, that could be a thing that would be annoying if you're a light sleeper or something like that.
Definitely helps to have a local expert weigh in on that.
I was shocked. Like literally, I looked over and there's a train. It looked like it was going through the backyard of the house.
Basically on those people's back fences.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear it at the front of the community. We went all the way to the back looking for houses to look at, and we saw it, and we're like, "What the heck?"
Yeah,
yeah.
The other thing that I did like about this community is all their amenities are kind of like in the center, and they had a bunch of open space. So like if you wanted to go out and play soccer or whatever, there's just like an open field for you guys to do activities.
Like a big green space.
Yeah, and they had a basketball court, which that was cool. You don't always see that with the amenities.
No, yeah.
So, cool. And then our next community is Rosewood at Beltmill. This is brand new. I'm talking, they're just now putting houses on the ground. The model home isn't even done. I think they're finishing that up while we were there. But one of the big draws to this neighborhood, it's going to have its own elementary school. Looked like that was up and running. And then the price point is going to be another big one. Obviously the location, you're near Alliance Town Center. And then also these are both near Eagle Mountain Lake. So you're probably 15 or 20 minutes depending on what part of the lake you're headed to. But anyways, these are all built by D.R. Horton. They have their smart system, which is kind of cool. We'll talk about here in a minute. But as far as the location goes for this community, you're looking at about 3 minutes to the local Walmart. And the nice thing about this is they built a bridge to go over the train tracks, so you don't get stopped by the train. And then if you are looking to get to the Alliance Town Center area, you're probably about 15 minutes to there. And let's see, Eagle Mountain Lake, about 15 minutes. Downtown Fort Worth, about 25. DFW Airport's about 30 minutes. And if you are looking to get over to like downtown Dallas, that's probably going to be 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. But yeah, apart from that, schools, as Jack mentioned, these are going to be very similar. This has Comanche Springs Elementary School, but they have, that's probably because they haven't opened up the Elizabeth. I think it's Elizabeth Lopez. God, there's another name on it.
I forgot the name of it as well. But I put that one on there because that was the closest one that had a rating.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So there is going to be a school in the neighborhood. It's either just open or not opened yet, so there's no rating. But and then Prairie Vista Middle School rated at a B+, and Saginaw High School has an A rating. So as far as the homes go, obviously there's not a ton of information. I mean, we get a little bit, but there's nothing to tour yet. But I believe this is going to be the Tradition Series for D.R. Horton. It looks like they're going to be priced from $225 to $385, which is crazy that you can still buy a new home in the 200s. And the size on these are going to run from about 1,450 square feet to almost 2,800 square feet. So pretty big range there. 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2 to 3 baths. These are all going to be on smaller lots, and these are all going to be spec homes. I mean, they were I didn't count them, but there had to be like 40 going up.
Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah, it's just nuts. So I'm sure they're planning on selling a bunch of them. They'll probably have some really good incentives. Probably like right now in the other community, we'll talk about this in the other video, but they're offering like 5% interest on an FHA loan in that community and a couple of other things. So anyways, I think that's going to be a big draw to this community. It's just the price point and being able to get a new home at that price point. So anyways, I'm sure at some point we'll update or have a home tour for this neighborhood as soon as we can get that done. But anyways, that's it for these two communities. I think Copper Creek definitely has a lot more options. I guess the downside there is you're basically coming in at the end of the development as opposed to the beginning.
Yeah, and I think another big draw, like you said earlier, the smart home systems that they're putting in, D.R. Horton.
Yes.
So I know with some of their, like, because you said this is their tradition series. I know D.R. Horton can be very like cut and dry when it comes to their houses, but this is one thing that really stands out. So I've dealt with this personally. You basically get a free Ring doorbell. It's not Ring, it's like their brand, but like you get a video doorbell security. It can like hook up to an app on your phone. You've got like an inbuilt Wi-Fi system and everything into the house. And then they've started putting in smart switches, which we actually talk about in one of our walkthrough videos as well, which I thought were pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing I didn't mention, HOA dues here are $600 a year. And I think as far as amenities go, they're going to have a swimming pool and playground, walking trails. That's really just sidewalks, right?
I don't know.
Everybody puts walking trails on there. I'm like, are we
there's some of them
sidewalks?
like Alito, like Trails of Alito, or Parks of
Alito
actually has trails.
Yeah.
I don't know if these are actually trails or if they're just, like you said, sidewalks.
Yeah, not sure.
We'll let you know. We'll give you an update once we find out. They're still building.
Yeah, but anyway, since you stuck around, we were going to talk a little bit about the Alliance Town Center because we reference it in so many videos, and so this should probably be its own video, but
we'll skim over it. We'll have another video where we go more in depth. It's worth it.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with this area, it's just a ton of shopping all in one place. It's massive. I mean, they've got, as far as I pulled a list, and there's two town centers, I guess. One is the Alliance Town Center, the other one's called Presidio Town Center. And then there's another one that we'll talk about here in a second called North Point, which is just, I guess, getting going. They've got a couple anchor stores in there right now. But as far as what's currently there, they've got like over 100 retail outlets, right? So as far as shopping goes, they've got 36 different shopping places. Anything from Ashley Furniture, Bed Bath & Beyond, Dick's Sporting Good, DSW, Victoria's Secret, Rooms to Go. I mean, PetSmart, Oshkosh Bagosh. I think it's like a kid place, right?
I've never actually been.
Yeah, I don't know. Kirkland's?
It's like a.
I thought that was a Costco.
Like a Kroger.
Brand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, basically.
Is it a grocery store?
I believe Kirkland is their non-member store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like the little stepchild store or something. Okay, cool.
It's like the Walmart to the Sam's Club.
Yeah, and then there's just a ton of services, everything from nail spas to more nail spas. Oh my gosh, the amount of nail spas on this list is ridiculous.
I mean, you got $5,000. You probably
chiropractics, acupuncture, dental, Orange Theory, tanning salons. I mean, you name it, they've got it. As far as restaurants go, I didn't think there was this many. 45 restaurants. Everything from the 54th Street restaurant, Cheddar's, Chick-fil-A, got to mention that, Chewy's, great salsa there, Freebirds, 2 Freebirds.
You ever done their 2-pound burrito challenge or whatever?
No, I did get the monster ones.
Or maybe that's what it was called. I don't remember.
I think there's another size one.
Yeah,
I couldn't eat it all. Jason's Deli.
I did it once. I felt like I was gonna die.
It's a lot. Hop Dotties, Smoothie King, Starbucks, Whataburger. I mean, you name it, it's there. So there's just a ton, and that's why I think a lot of people hear it, but they're like, I don't really know until you like drive through there.
Yeah, and that's just Alliance. If you head south like 2 miles down the road, you've got Presidio with like Target and not Payless. What is it? DSW or whatever. A bunch of different huge outlet stores.
Yeah. So Presidio and Alliance are like on opposite sides of the highway, and then just south of Presidio is North Point. So if you drive out there, you'll see a Carvana and a Living Spaces.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. And then they've got a plan online, but basically there's a bunch more retail spaces available there, and they're starting to build those out as well. And I feel like there's a couple of apartments around there. There's a couple of apartments around Alliance as well. But yeah, so as far as shopping goes, like everything is right there. So it's like super convenient. Even though it takes, if you want to drive from one town center to the other, even though it's like half a mile away, it's like 10 minutes. Just
so they're actually looking to build a bridge so that way you can just go straight across the parkway there to get to.
That's true. Is that from?
Or actually, I'm sorry, I misread this. So it's going to be 2 sections. Whenever you look at the other map, North City is going to be the name of the site. They're going to have 2 sections that go across the 287. Half of it is going to be connected to the other half with a bridge that they're going to build across the highway.
Yeah, it's from Harmon across 287 to get there.
Yeah, but I think this bridge is the one that actually connects this road, so they'll probably end up connecting it to that as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're working on it.
Yeah,
it's
a big project, very big.
But anyways, that's all we got for you today. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. That helps. And as always, if you're looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom.